First of all, I would like to extend my best wishes and New Year greetings to you all. Our topic today is globalization a necessary evil? A very short answer is yes. It is a necessary evil. But before I touch the topic, I would like to dwell on very briefly the India's economic condition during the pre-globalization period. India before 90s, in order to avoid a lengthy speech, I would like to read out my written speech in order to cut short the time. During pre-globalization period, India was probably one of the least preferred economies in the world. Indian economy was, after independence, influenced by the colonial experience, which was seen by Indian leaders as exploitative. Due to this, inevitably and obligatorily condition of the country's low economic condition, India adopted a socialistic-inspired economic model with elements of capitalism. The first Prime Minister, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, a believer in the socialist, decided that the technological revolution in India needed maximization of steel production. He therefore formed a government-owned company, Hindustan Steel Limited, and set up 3 steel plants in 1950s. India also adopted a USSR-like centralized and nationalized economy program called 5-year plan after independence. But the dawn of 90s saw the nation entering into a new phase of economic reforms under the stewardship of Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then finance minister. What we call it the era of globalization and privatization, where Indian economy for the first time saw a fundamental shift from the so-called socialist ideologies. There were some signs of macroeconomic changes during Rajiv Gandhi's era, but our economy was already damaged by then. The oil crisis in 1970s, the crisis amounting to high fiscal deficit at the center during 1990-91, which leads to political instability at the center, and the Gulf War in the 90s tipped the financial situation into a crisis where the foreign exchange were available only for 2 weeks. Something drastic had to be done. This is where Dr. Manmohan Singh stepped in and brought the era of globalization. Globalization, as we all know, refers essentially to an economic system in which raw materials, manufactured goods, intellectual property, and financial transactions flow freely across international borders. We can also understand it as tendency of investment, funds, and business to move beyond domestic and national markets to other markets around the globe, thereby increasing the interconnectedness of different markets. Globalization has had the effect of markedly increasing not only international trade, but also cultural exchange. Globalization may also be used for defining the emergence of a global society in which economic, political, environmental, and cultural events in one of the world quickly come to have a bearing on the people in other parts of the world. Globalization also involves the growth of multinational corporations and transactional corporations in which institutions like International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization play an ever-increasing and decisive role in the social, political, and economic life of the people. I have to cut short my speech as time is short. Improvement and innovation in transportation also have made the world smaller than ever before. Airplanes, seaworthy ships, and improved mechanisms have enabled quick delivery and low-cost transportations of goods and services, as well as movements of people. It has turned the world into a global village. These developments have further enabled countries and companies to venture and beyond their territories and even locate themselves abroad. Thus, besides the transaction of money, goods, and information, it has also made human mobility much easier, leading to large-scale migration of people, legally or illegally, and which has become part and parcel of the
My request, we were enjoying.
Okay.
Forget this.
Okay.
Say your heart.
Okay.
Forget this.
Okay. No, I will listen. No. Okay. 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 So globalization may have brought closer integrations among nations, shaped their views and ideas in the way they think, and the way it may have helped millions of people to attain higher standards of living. However, globalization for many people did not really mean to bring the desired benefits. Many lost their jobs and their lives become more insecure and uncertain. Globalization, as I see, is a necessary evil because we cannot escape it. We have to do globalization and privatization. But at the same time, this will lead us to one nation, one religion, one culture, and one community. That is my fear. So we have to be very careful in dealing with this globalization. Thank you very much.